In our last episode, I wasn't quite satisfied with the 2.5 pounds that I lost, but here's what happened on the next extended fast.
I'm so annoyed. Here's why. Your life changes at any given moment. I get this. So my weight maintenance has stopped working. My strategy for keeping at the same weight that I was reaching of my goal, right? My goal weight, to stay there and stay right around there, 2 or 3 pounds fluctuation. I get that, for water content, I get it. But that stopped working. All the things that I was doing, for instance, like OMAD. I love my OMAD. Even eating the same foods and the same type of meal plan, that seems to have failed as well. And my 48-hour usual fast has also failed. I guess I have to let you in on a little secret. I probably was being a little too lenient and doing a little bit of dirty fasting. I know it's okay to do dirty fasting sometimes, but I think that's when you're really at your weight goal, not when you are over your target goal and then you're still trying to do some dirty fasting. And if you're not aware of what dirty fasting is, that is when you can eat a little bit of some calories, under 100 calories, like a piece of cheese, some type of fat, or maybe an avocado, something to get you through so you can continue the fast longer. And I think what I was doing is, having some honey or some sweetening in my tea when I just felt like I needed some sweetness. I was doing that on a few of the last 48-hour bouts that I went through. So there you go. Nevertheless, it shouldn't have such a drastic weight gain. If you saw my last video and vlog, it did not satisfy me with just losing 2.5 pounds in 48 hours. I wasn't feeling it really. I think I could do better than that. And because I've had some sweeteners, that threw the game off. The other reasons why, binging. I would binge in between the fast. So like we would call it the refeed. I was eating way too much on my calorie intake, I know. I stopped counting calories a long time ago. If you change your food meal plan, whatever that is, and because I've been exploring with different types of food, being a fasting foodie, right? You have to go back and either weigh your food or do a breakdown like in one of the apps like FitnessPal to find out exactly what is the intake that you're bringing in and is it way more than you were doing before. And I know that's what I did. I was eating way more calorie intake and not practicing enough on the portion control due to the binging. Snacking is the other thing. I snacked right after the meal because did not feel satiated and would eat the wrong things, and that would end up partaking in processed foods, just things that don't fit the regimen. And of course, if you're going to eat a low carb diet and keep it simple, you got to stay away from processed foods because it's just throwing in a lot of extra carbs that just don't work for my body type. I kept upping the ante, if you will, upping it. New food. I would always justify it in my mind. Having a couple of extra 100 calories, maybe 200 calories, is not going to affect the plan, the strategy that I was on. But we know that calories just keep adding up and adding up every day. So you look at it by a whole week, those extra 200 calories I was doing, give or take, daily, added up 7 days a week. There's 1,400 calories that I just added into my weekly intake, and therefore, voila, of course I'm gaining extra pounds. Right here. Right here. Okay, so it's coming down. The belly fat is coming down, and that's where most of my weight has been going. I can tell a little bit in my face as well, but sometimes difficult. Woke up this morning feeling okay, but out of energy. Getting ready to go and do that workout I usually do, my walk and run intervals, and see if I can build up a little stamina. I do feel lighter. I do. I feel lighter. Thinking maybe I can go further than the 72 hours that I originally planned for. Maybe I can go 84, 86 hours. I don't know. So questions of what I'm asking myself, and you might want to ask yourself as well. What is the end game? What is the end goal? As you know, when we're on this path, it's always going to change. Even if you make the goal, it's harder to maintain the weight. You have to realize that you'll always be strategizing, working through it, making changes, making adjustments to what your body is asking for and what it requires. You got to ask yourself, why? How did I get here? And so you can even make the goal. Why do you want to reach that certain number? Maybe your body only wants you to be, say for instance, 125 pounds, but you want to be 120 pounds. If you're always hitting that number, but you can't stay there longer than a day or two, might want to listen to your body, right? Just an example. Where do I want to go? If you reach that goal, where do you want to go from there? That would be the question to ask yourself. And again, if it's maintenance, that's one thing. If it's you want to go lower than that actual first step goal, then you know you have to get real aggressive and you really have to be spot on about how you're going to do fasting. Are you going to extend it longer? These are the things you're going to ask yourself, are you willing to commit to get to the next point? And the last question I would ask myself is, that I am asking myself is, how will I maintain it? So if I'm there, how will I maintain it? How I'm adjusting my meal plans? Do I need adjusting? Do I need to tweak it a little bit? Do I need to up the calories for a certain amount of time and then drop it down in your refeeds? Taking a look at some other people on YouTube always gives me some ideas of what's working, what's not working, but you have to experiment with yourself and figure out what's going to work for you, because there's no one like you. And what is different about this fast is that I'm actually doing the electrolytes and being consistent about putting it in my water. And that mixture is really making me feel a lot better, energetic, curb that appetite totally. I don't feel like I have to rush into the kitchen and, as soon as I hit that dinner time bell and just go at it. I'm not feeling that way whatsoever. I can watch a family member eat in front of me and it doesn't bother me, because in the last few months it was bothering me bad and I felt like I can't even get through a day without smelly food. The aroma just gets in under my skin and I feel like I am going to explode, and I'm going in that cabinet and I'm going to grab me some tortilla chips because it's calling me. I think we're going to continue this and I'll let you know what was the ultimate finish line. Talk to you later.